In last class, we have discussed about simple interest, and at that time, we have discussed another type of interest we call compound interest. Compound interest. Now, see what is compound interest, or what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Say you have taken 100 rupees. Say you have taken 100 rupees from someone at a rate of say 10%, and for say 2 years. Then what will be the SI? SI will be PNR by 100. So SI will be rupees 20. Means after 2 year, you have to pay 100 original principal plus SI 20, 120 rupees. Okay. Now, in case of say compound interest. Now compound interest, how we calculate interest? So we'll calculate year by year. See, principal is 100. Again R is also same 10%, and number of years is 2 years. Okay. Now, in first year, your interest will be what? 100, 10% of 100 in first year. In first year, your interest will be 10% of 100, that is rupees what? Rupees 10. Now, that means after 1 year, after not 2 year, after 1 year you will pay what? 100 plus 10, 110. Then now for second year, this is for first year. Okay, so first year principal is 100, you have to pay interest of what? 10%. So 10% of 100 is rupees 10, means after 1 year you have to pay 110. Then for second year, then in case of CI, now what is the difference between SI and CI? Now in case of CI, your new principal will be the last amount. Last amount. But in case of SI, your principal for say 5 year will remain as the original rupees 100. This is the difference here. Now see, 110 into what percent I am saying? 10%. Now 10% of 110 will be rupees what? 11. Now next is your what? First, how much you have borrowed? Rupees 100. So 100. Now first year you have given interest was rupees 10. Second year you have given interest rupees 11. Total become what? 121. And this one total is what? 120. So 1 rupee more. Now why this 1 rupee more? Because in case of SI, you have calculated interest on rupees 100 for 2 years. But in case of CI, this is for SI. In case of CI, you have calculated interest for first year on rupees 100, but interest for second year not on this rupees 100. It is on the amount after first year. Okay. So this is the difference here. So you will get extra 1 rupee more. So why we will calculate in terms of SI? We will always calculate what? In terms of what? In terms of CI. Okay, you will get profit. 1 rupees profit is there. Now it is 1 rupee since I have taken 100. If I take 100 crore, this profit will be too much. Okay. Now or a big amount. This profit will be a big amount. So in case of, again I am saying, in case of SI, we calculate interest on principal itself. But in case of CI, we calculate interest on principal for first year only, for second year, at the last principal of first year, for third year, last principal of second year, and it will be go on like this. So this is the difference between a compound interest and a simple interest. Now next is your how to How to find this what I have done. I have taken for first year, then I have taken for second year. Now say 10 year. So I'll do first year, then second year, then third year. No, not like this. What we'll do, we'll try to find a formula. Now see how to find a formula for CI. Now say principal equal to rupees P, and rate say R percent per annum. So at the rate of R percent per annum, interest for first year, equal to R percent of P. Okay, principal is P, rate of interest say R percent. So interest for first year will be R percent of P. So amount at the end of first year, equal to principal plus interest. Now take P common, it will be 1 plus R by 100. Now this is the last amount, and last amount will be next principal. Okay, that means principal for second year. Will be equal to what? Rupees PA, last amount 1 plus R by 100. Again, rate is what? Rate is R percent. At the rate of R percent per annum, interest for second year, R percent of last amount. R percent of last amount. What is your last amount? This is your last amount. Okay. Now, next, amount for second year. Equal to principal for second year. And what is the principal for second year? P1 plus R by 100. Amount is what? We know from SI also, we know amount is what? Principal plus interest. So principal for second year is what? P1 plus R by 100. So P1 plus R by 100 plus interest for second year. See, interest for second year, R by 100, P1 plus R by 100. R by 100, P1 plus R by 100. Now take P1 plus R by 100 common. What left? 1 plus R by 100. And this will become P1 plus R by 100 whole square. So, amount at the end of second year will be this one. Then, see, amount at the end of first year. What is amount at the end of first year? P1 plus R by 100 power is 1. Second year, P1 plus R by 100 power is 2. Similarly, amount for third year will be equal to what? P1 plus R by 100 whole cube, and it will go on. So, amount for n year will be P1 plus R by 100, whole thing to the power, P1 plus R by 100, whole thing to the power n. So this is the amount for how many years? For n years. Now CI will be what? CI will be amount minus principal, because what we know, amount equal to your principal plus interest. So interest will be equal to amount minus principal. That means CI will be equal to amount minus principal. What is the amount? P1 plus R by 100 whole thing to the power n minus principal. If you take principal common, it will be P1 plus R by 100 whole thing to the power n minus 1. So this is the formula for CI. Amount, formula for what? Formula for This is the formula for CI. And this is the formula for what? This one is the formula for amount. P 1 plus R by 100 whole thing to the power n. Now this one is for if interest is calculated yearly. That means after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, n year. But if we calculate interest, we can calculate interest monthly also. We can calculate interest per day also. Now usually bank calculate interest per day. So we can calculate interest per day also. We can calculate interest monthly also. We can calculate interest half yearly, quarterly, or after say 4 months. So then if we calculate, because see, if 1 year in SI it will be same, it will remain same, the interest will be remain same, because in SI we always calculate interest on what? On principal. But CI, if in a year we calculate interest 4 times or say 2 times, in a year we calculate interest 2 times, then your amount will change, and ultimately amount will change means, see, if this one I got 110, and from 110 I got 121, means first year I got 10 interest, second year I got 11 interest. If I convert it into half yearly, so after 6 months I will get what? Not 10 rupees. Since it is a 6 month, I will get 5 rupees. Then my new amount will be 110 plus 5 means new amount will be what? 105. Means after 6 months, my new amount will be what? My new amount will be 105 rupees. Then on 105, next interest will be calculated. That means after 1 year, I will not get 10 rupees. I will get say 10.5 rupees or say 11 rupees. After 1 year itself. After 1 year itself, instead of getting 10 rupees, I will get 10.5 or 11 rupees if I calculate interest in what? In half yearly or after 6 months. Here I am calculating after 1 year, but if I calculate after say 6 months or say after 4 months, this interest will be more. So that's why we in CI we not only calculate interest on yearly basis, but also say half yearly basis, half yearly, quarterly or monthly. Say first half yearly. Amount calculated half yearly. So then your amount will be P1 plus. Since it is half yearly, your rate of interest will be half. Rate of interest will be half and time will be double. So this is the formula. Amount equal to P1 plus R by 100 whole thing, R by 2 by 100 whole thing to the power 2n. If amount calculated half yearly. If it is calculated as a quarterly. If it is calculated quarterly, then it will be what? Quarterly means 4 times in a year. So R by 4 by 100 whole thing to the power 4n. If it is calculated monthly, amount will be equal to P1 plus R by 12 by 100 whole thing to the power 12n. So this is all about what? Compound interest, what is the difference between SI and CI, and what are the formula for SI and CI. Okay, understood? Then we can do from next class onwards, we can do some sum.